Hello, my name is Anitarky and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to support it. Subscribe and comment. One day, a boy named Asahi comes home from school and sees 5 girls inside his house. All of them girls who found themselves in strange situations before an AoE Karen, Ilya, Amelia, and even their monkfa teacher Asahi doesn't know what's going on. But his life, living with 5 beautiful girls, began one day, while everyone was at school. A group of flying machines began attacking all the men in the city by exploiting their private parts and making them unable to reproduce. Asahi asks where Karen is and apparently she is on top of the roof. Holding a wand, she spins it and turns into a magical girl. As she transforms, Asahi is standing behind her, confused by what is happening to her. She looks back embarrassed. And then a strange animal appears saying, "I guess you can't hide anymore." Asahi asks what's going on, but the animal says we'll explain later. Karen then asks Asahi to touch her things. Asahi says no, but the animal throws it at her and ends up touching them aggressively. Karen's love power increases from this and she says thank you, and flies away. Then use a skill and destroy the machine. They think they defeated her, but she's still there and Karen is starting to lose consciousness. The animal says that their power has been exhausted and that they need to retreat for now. Back at school, Asahi and Karen ask for an explanation. She explains that one day she was doing a photo shoot and suddenly the strange animal fell on her, and she caught it. The animal is surprised to see that Karen can see it and says that this must be destiny. The animal then tells her to make a pact with her and become a magical girl. Karen says she thought it was fun and agreed. But now they keep calling her in the middle of the night and the lack of sleep is ruining her skin. The animal then introduces himself saying he is from another world and his name is Sagami. Asahi asks what the machines are and Sagami says that they are monsters from his world and that even this world is in extreme danger. As they talk, more and more monsters are being deployed, the number above the main machine. When it hits 69, all men's private parts will explode the code and lose the ability to reproduce, which means the world will end. Asahi asks how to make this stop and Sagami says that he needs to use Karen's power to destroy the main machine, who has to collect what is called the power of dreams. Asahi asks what that is and as the animal explains, he is interrupted by another explosion, and the screen in the room turns to the news with an emergency broadcast. Apparently all the troops that the government is sending there are being eliminated easily. Asahi says we have to hurry up and get the power of dreams and Sagami says we need your help for that, and Asahi says he will do whatever. While the reporters talk about the situation, a monster appears and destroys the man's private part. All the boys evacuate from the school, including all the girls, and Oi is worried about Asahi. Sagami takes Karen and Akai to a truck saying that it is a secret weapon. Sagami says that being in this truck charges the power of love more efficiently by providing a fabulously luxurious environment. Asahi asks what the power of love is and Sagami explains that it is gathered when a person you love makes your heart race, and then says that he wants Asahi and Karen to come in there and combine. They're both confused about what that means, but Sagami, he whispers it to Karen and she says, "I got it, Sagami." Then he tells them to come in and then they disappear. They find a big bar whose goal is to fill it with the power of love. Karen then starts to undress and Asahi feels uncomfortable saying, "What are you doing?" He says it's obvious what's going on. They're going to make love together, which is a great way to quickly develop the power of love. He says you're only supposed to do that with someone you love. But she says, "I love you, Asahi." He asks how she's been building up energy until now and she says she's been watching him in the bathroom and smelling his clothes. That kind of thing, leaving Asahi upset. He says we have to think of a different method and pushes her against the wall, asking her if that was enough. She said no, so Asahi makes it look like he's going to kiss her, although he walks away saying that you don't really love me that much, do you? Karen says that's not true. Asahi then points to the love meter saying it hasn't even gone up a single part of all that. He says you don't really love me, you just somehow convinced yourself that you do. She says she doesn't understand. She thinks she wants to do the act with him means that she loves him. She also says at this step, the world is going to end if they don't do it together. She starts to undress more and Asahi tells him to calm down. She pushes him on the bed and takes off his shirt and pants saying let's do it, and then he appears saying that he thought he heard Asahi's voice. Asahi calls out to her but Karen pushes him down, covering his mouth. All the girls say, "You must have imagined it." Oi's eyes turn red and Arena asks her if she's okay and she says it's nothing. Karen then completely removes Asahi's clothes and continues with him. Asahi cuts off his head. Sagami returns and Asahi tells Karen that you need to value yourself more. She says that although it is a critical situation, she doesn't want to take it the first time and that she should do it with someone more special to her. Karen retaliates by saying that you are the only person special to her right now, but Asahi argues that she will regret this one day and also says that he cares about her deeply and doesn't want her to be angry. sad in the future because the first time she was snatched away by someone who wasn't special to her, which makes the love meter go up. Sagami tells them to get it over with, but Asahi refuses, saying he doesn't want her to be feels upset afterwards, which makes love the meter goes up a little again. A monster then comes down and starts trying to get in. Asahi tells Sagami to take care of Karen, then runs out of the truck distracting the monsters. Sagami says let's get out of here, but Karen interrupts him, saying that her heart feels warm thinking about Asahi. The love meter then rises to the maximum and begins to glow. Asahi is about to be hit by a monster, but Karen has big bright lights destroy them and then flies away using her abilities to defeat more monsters, and then encounters the main one unit and uses his ability clashing with the main monster's ability. The number is about to reach 69 and things are not looking good. Asahi then appears and takes Karen's hand, causing Karen's ability to start boosting stronger, destroying the main monster. The main monster is destroyed and all the mini monsters also break with it, and Yoshio gets his private part back. Asahi and Karen return and Sagami says it's not bad and disappears, and Karen thanks Asahi and his smile similar to when they were children. A feather falls on Karen and Asahi's head. He's about to take it off, but she refuses to confuse him. Then he says that getting any closer than that is impossible. Then he runs away. Then we see a scene from a different world with a group of robots talking to a woman named Yoshino. We get a flashback of Asahi walking on the beach looking at the stars with one of his old friends. As he walks, the girl says, "I wish we could be together forever like this," asking Asahi if he agrees, and he says he doesn't exactly disagree. Back to the present arena. He comes to wake up Asahi and Amelia says that won't work, then goes to jump on him, but he quickly moves out of the way. The two girls say to hurry up and get ready. The others are waiting. Asahi is confused but then realizes that it is today. The day they go to the beach, Yoshio tells everyone that we are going to his family's private beach. For some reason Oi is not with them, but none of them mention it at all, as if they had completely forgotten about her. Irina is super excited. She has never seen the beach before, and Asahi asks what is up with Mangfa, and she says that she has done infiltration missions starting in the sea. Surprising Asahi, Karen tells Irina that there are strange creatures in the ocean, and Amelia adds that they will do things to her indescribable, scaring Irina. Yoshio. He tells everyone to shut up. The ride comes and Yoshio calls the car, but then he gets hit. They get to the beach and his vacation house. Mangfa says, "Is it really okay to leave Yoshio behind like this?" And Karen says the driver said okay, so whatever. They come to the beach and Mangfa sets up his area while the others get in the water. Irina is scared, thinking that the water will take her away, but Asahi says it's okay, while Amelia and Karen play with. Mangfa says that it must be nice to be so young. Since Asahi usually just calls her teacher instead of Mangfa, she tells him to call her by her real name, but Asahi is too embarrassed. Amelia shoots them and tells them not to flirt alone. Karen fires her water gun at Mangfa, which was a big mistake, as she then hits Karen with water, and they all start playing together in the ocean while Mangfa walks away. Karen calls her asking if she is tired yet and tells her how old she is. This was another mistake from Karen, as Mangfa starts walking towards her laughing. She runs away as she flees. She sees a sign that says that swimsuits are not allowed here, and on the count of 3 everyone takes off their clothes, although they got Asahi a little dirty by making Bro wear a full helmet so that Asahi wouldn't see them. He gets angry and starts chasing them. He jumps into the arena, but she punches him. Then they bury him completely in the ground next to a watermelon and start playing a game. Mangfa blindfolds herself and the girls try to guide her to the watermelon. They failed, and Mangfa is about to hit Asahi, though he misses, and the swing was so powerful that it sent all the girls flying back and knocked off Asahi's helmet. Then everyone sees each other without clothes and everyone starts walking back to their vacation home. Everyone says they wish their days would continue like this, and Asahi agrees. Then looks back and they all disappeared. Asahi starts calling them, confused by what happened, assuming they are back at their vacation home, although when he arrives they are not there. He takes out his phone and realizes it's out of battery. Then Oi appears behind him and asks what's wrong. He tells her that they all disappeared. Oi is confused and asks what you mean by everyone. Asahi then wonders what he is talking about and that there is not everyone, and that he went to the beach alone, forgetting about the other girls. The two walk in the vacation house as if nothing had happened, and Oi begins to prepare dinner with Asahi helping her. He takes out 6 bowls, but then AI asks him why he got 6 instead of 2, and he's confused as to why he did it too. He says oops and puts the extra 4 away. Then he drops one of the bowls and they start cleaning it together. Asahi goes to throw away the pieces and AI sees Yoshio calling and she rejects him. Oi is trying to get it. The fire lights up and Asahi helps by lighting it. Yoshio then calls again and Oi breaks the phone and throws it away. Asahi asks if something happened when he heard something break, but she tells him that he's just imagining it. Dinner is ready and Asahi notices the clock. It doesn't move at all, and Oi says it must be broken. They start eating and enjoy their food together. When they finish, they sit together on the couch. Oi talks about how quiet it is, and this makes Asahi almost remember how loud it is and how loud wishes the rest of the girls were there, but Oi interrupts him saying let's go for a walk. Asahi says she wants to talk to OWI but ignores him, saying we're going somewhere special. They come to a big sakura tree, and she tells him that she loves him, starts walking towards him saying just look at me forever. Asahi then asks where the others are and that he knows other people were here. Aoi then says that none of that matters anymore and tells him please stay here forever with her, and that she knows him better than anyone. She pushes him to the ground and tells him she will do anything for him at any time. He then remembers Mongfa, Irina, Karen, and Amelia and asks where they are. Ai's glasses suddenly break and flowers begin to surround Asahi. Ai becomes his childhood friend, and she says the stars are pretty. Then I say that I wish I could be together with Asahi forever, but he says that's not possible and tells Asahi not to come back here. Then he runs off and a bunch of error signs appear around him and the world starts to disappear. Asahi wakes up and wonders why none of the girls woke him up. He then leaves his room and doesn't see any of the girls, assuming they left for school early. He runs off and his mother seems confused about what he's doing. A scene before named Yoshino is shown following Asahi. He arrives at school and doesn't see any of the girls, but he does see someone in his seat. He says that's my seat, but the boy doesn't know what he's talking about. Asahi asks where the teacher is. Mongfa is and where the other girls are, but the boy has no idea what he is talking about. He runs out and runs into two girls and they say it's not that the boy who has been absent from school for years runs towards the tree of Sakura that I originally met Ai in, but now it's just a normal tree. Yoshino then finds Asahi and says hello. Asahi gets scared and asks who you are, but then she picks up a Yoshio scream, takes Asahi with her in a car, and tells him that everything will make sense soon. They arrive at the place they were going and Yoshino hides with Asahi from a man we don't know. They run to his room and Asahi asks where all the girls are, but Yoshino just tells him to sit in that chair. Asahi sits down but immediately gets up saying that this is nonsense and that if the other girls are not there he will leave. She tells him to calm down and introduces herself, then shows him a screen of a virtual test called AI that makes him remember seeing it on his phone, where the test said that if he participates in it he will live in a virtual world with a group of girls. He also gets a flashback to when Yoshino accepted him for the test. What is happening? Stay tuned for part 3 to find out the truth.